Good Tuesday morning, everyone, and happy 4th of July. I'm First Alert meteorologist Leah Murphy. Today is the First Alert weather day, as we are kind of concerned about some flooding, as we have seen quite a bit of rainfall over the last couple of days, and we are expecting to see some more rainfall as we head through the day today. Now, we are going to be looking at the chance for some scattered showers and thunderstorms as we head through the day today, and primarily in the late morning and into the early afternoon. We could see a line of storms coming through, and today we'll see temperatures also only getting into the upper 70s and into lower 80s. It is going to be humid as well, so we are a little bit concerned about the flooding, but the good news is, in terms of fireworks timing, we are going to be looking at these storms ending by around 6 or 7 p.m. So it looks like we're good to go as we head into the evening. It will be humid with temperatures getting into the 60s. Now, as we head through the next couple of days, we are looking like a good stretch of dry weather for Wednesday through Friday, but it is going to be hot and humid with temperatures in the lower 90s. Let's check in with today's top headlines with David. Good morning, David.
Good morning, Liam. I'm David Horowitz. Here's your latest news update from Western Mass News. 51 new U.S. citizens will be welcomed by the U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Services today during a special Independence Day ceremony. This ceremony is part of USIS, the annual Independence Day celebration. The 51 citizenship candidates originate from 25 different countries, including Australia, Cambodia, Egypt, Ghana, Kenya, and more. The naturalization ceremony will take place at Hampshire Superior Court in Northampton. And in effect right now, driver's licenses in Massachusetts, regardless of whether you are in the country illegally or not. The Work and Family Mobility Act was enacted on Saturday. Now that is officially in effect. Anyone looking to get their license can go to the state's website to start that process. Western Mass News spoke to State Senator John Vilas. He says it's too early to assess the success or the failure of this act, but he believes the RMV could benefit from more funding, technology, and staffing, and training for everybody to detect documents that may be fraudulent.